Nature is beautiful, but also full of mysteries. From strange lights in the sky, a glowing ocean that goes for thousands of square miles, to a flame that never burns out. These are just some of nature's mysteries. Here are the 10 most unexplained mysteries of nature. In a remote valley in Norway, strange balls of light appear in the sky, floating, pulsing, and sometimes zipping around at high speeds. No one knows exactly what causes them. Scientists have studied them for decades, with theories ranging from aliens to ionized gases. They are usually bright white, yellow, or red, and can appear above and below the horizon. They usually last a few seconds to sometimes well over an hour. Sometimes the lights move with great speed, sometimes they sway slowly back and forth, and other times they hover mid-air. These lights have been seen since the 1930s, with high activity between December 1981 to mid-1984. Despite ongoing research, there is no consensus for an explanation to the phenomenon. Some theories are identified as astronomical bodies, aircraft, car headlights, and mirages. Still to this day, scientists have no explanation. What do you think these lights above Norway could be? In Minnesota, there's a river that splits in two. One side flows normally, and the other side disappears into a deep hole called the Devil's Kettle. For years, people couldn't figure out where the water went. Dye tests, ping pong balls, and even GPS trackers all failed to reveal the exit point. The mystery still captures curiosity, even though newer research suggests it rejoins the river underground. For decades, no satisfactory geological explanation was offered for the Devil's Kettle phenomenon. To this day, it's a popular regional mystery. The underlying rock is not suitable for the formation of large underground passageways, which are usually restricted to porous rock like limestone. Although passages can form in certain igneous rock, they cannot appear in rhyolite. The mystery has long fueled the speculation of where the water goes, but the most common theory is that the water flows underground and then emerges somewhere under Lake Superior. According to the DNR in the area, hydrologists found nearly identical volumes of water flowing both above and below the Devil's Kettle waterfall. Do you have a theory of where the water could be going? Every year, thousands of birds in cities like Houston suddenly dive into buildings in mass numbers. It's been partially linked to light pollution, but the scale and behavior remain weird. In the US alone, it's estimated that between 365 million and 1 billion birds collide with buildings each year. Buildings with large expanses of glass and artificial lights can cause birds to be disoriented. Some things to prevent such occurrences could be reducing light pollution by dimming the exterior lights and using bird-friendly glass that have coatings or patterns the birds can easily see. There are also efforts to monitor and rescue injured birds. All around the world, people report hearing a low-frequency hum that has no obvious source. It's been reported in places like Taos, New Mexico, Bristol, United Kingdom, and even entire stretches of Australia. Sometimes it drives people mad, and only certain people can hear it. Some theories of the source of the hum are high-pressure gas lines from industrial facilities, and people have reported the hum and have been in the area of such industrial facilities in the past. Another theory is that it is all psychological and is imagined because of the hype around the unknown hum. Other things have been in consideration for the sound being possibly paranormal or even neurological disorders. Some say the noise is more noticeable at night, in quiet areas, and also indoors. For the 2% of people that can hear the sound, it is known to be a source of significant distress, anxiety, and sleep disruption. Have you ever heard the hum? Behind a small waterfall, there's a flickering flame that somehow stays lit. It's thought to be caused by natural gas seeping through the rocks, but the pressure and composition aren't supposed to be strong enough to keep it going. Even though there are hundreds of natural, eternal flames around the world, the one in Shale Creek Preserve is definitely one of a kind. Some indigenous legends suggest that the eternal flame falls represents a sacred fire kindled by ancient deities during the world's creation. According to this myth, the flame was placed within the falls as a reminder of the balance between elements earth, water, air, and fire. With the breathtaking image of a small flame under massive torrents of water, Eternal Flame Falls remains a scientific mystery. There have been entire stretches of the ocean, sometimes thousands of square miles, glow with a ghostly blue or milky white light. Sailors have reported it for centuries, but only in recent times satellite images have confirmed it. The cause is bioluminescent bacteria, but why they gather in such large patches is still unknown. Mariners and other seagoers have reported that the ocean often emits a visible glow which goes for miles at night. In 2005, scientists announced for the first time they had obtained evidence of this glow, and in a follow-up study they observed a glow that lasted over 40 days. Between 1915 and 1993, 235 sightings of Milky Seas was documented, most of which in the northwestern Indian Ocean near Somalia. It's safe to say that this Milky Seas phenomenon is one of nature's most interesting mysteries. There have been multiple reports and sightings of ice circles, sometimes called ice disks, appearing in rivers. They can be a few feet to over 50 feet wide. Scientists say it's due to the rotating water from eddies, which are calm pockets of water in rivers, but the symmetry and smooth rotation still looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. It's believed the ice forms in eddies and maintains their rotation from melting. They have mostly been observed in Scandinavia and North America. Some sightings were in December of 2008 in Wales, another in England in January of 2009, and one was seen in the Cheyenne River in North Dakota in December of 2013. A massive circle, roughly 50 feet in diameter, was observed in Lake Katrine in New York around January 23, 2014. One of the largest sightings via satellite was in January of 2021 on the Tuolumne River, Northwest Territories, and was estimated to be around 650 feet wide and rotated at a rate of 20 to 25 minutes a rotation. Ice circles have been and will continue to be one of nature's weirdest phenomenons. It is said that when army ants get separated from the colony, they follow the ant in front of them in a circle. If this is left undisturbed, they will continue until they eventually die from exhaustion, sometimes forming spirals hundreds of feet long. This happens because ants primarily rely on pheromone trails for navigation, and when a group becomes separated, they follow each other's trail. This happens mainly with army ants because they are blind or nearly blind and rely heavily on pheromones, making them susceptible to these death spirals. As more ants join the circle, the pheromone trails become stronger, making it harder and harder to escape the spiral and break free. Scientists still have no explanation other than the fact that it's their natural instinct to follow. In essence, the ant death spiral is a tragic example of ants' advanced navigation system and under certain circumstances can lead to self-destruction. This lake, known for its blood-red water, has a high pH and temperatures that can reach 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Most animals find the lake's high temperatures and its high variable salt content to be uninhabitable. The lake is home to endemic algae, invertebrates, and birds, specifically the flamingo that seems to thrive there. They tend to nest on the salty crust. The lake is the only regular breeding area in East Africa for the 2.5 million flamingos, whose status of near threatened results from their dependence on this particular location. The lake is also known to turn animals that fall into its waters into stone because of the heavy amounts of carbonate but very low levels of calcium and magnesium. This allows the lake to be a caustic alkaline brine, which calcifies anything that falls into its waters. Luckily for the flamingos, they have adapted to the extreme climate and conditions, which in turn makes for a great breeding ground for them. It is known throughout history, for some unknown reason, animals will flee an area before a natural disaster happens. It's almost like they can sense something that we can't and is still not completely understood to this day. It has been documented that animals will flee before earthquakes, tsunamis, or even volcanic eruptions, sometimes hours or even days in advance. Flocks of birds, herds of deer, and many others have been seen to leave areas they have been inhabiting long before something happens. Animals are known to have much sharper senses than humans, especially when it comes to sound, smell, and vibrations. Dogs can hear higher frequencies and pick up on distant rumblings of an earthquake or an approaching storm, and elephants are known to detect low-frequency seismic vibrations through their feet, and birds are sensitive to shifts in air pressure before storms and tsunamis. Over thousands of years, animals may have evolved to recognize these changes and unusual patterns in nature.